start off just lying, though. What's the one name? The singer, his baby mama. Bro, you know Sierra's name, bro. Stop playing. Niggas is crazy, bro. Like, bro, and then it don't even sound realistic at all, though. Like, you telling me you ran down on Pluto and Sierra? Oh, you's a bad mother. Oh, this nigga crazy.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in as it began to break into the news the night before last that Big U had been hit with a new superseding indictment on top of the indictment he already had from 2025 with the long laundry list of charges within itself. But with this one right here that came out, which he's been held behind bars without bond on ever since. But when this one right here came out, the main thing that began to stick was he had allegedly hired hitman to kill one of the witnesses in the original indictment that was set to testify or give information on them, supposedly. Well, as people got to peel the layers back with the info and look into the documents, another storyline that came up involving Future, and people were able to tell this by the initials with it, Grammy-winning artist 2014. And also a story that Wack 100 had told on Clubhouse before that had went viral on the internet with an encounter with Future in the airport. Well, Future saw this as it got to gain its steam again. It was already out there years ago after Wack 100 had said it. But Future saw this time around and put up in his story, Dope Boy right there at the beginning, talking about it, questioning it, saying that it's not true, especially with this time around saying that he'd been stomped out prior to the confrontation that it supposedly went down in the airport. Now, Future is putting it out there with this. This is his way of saying that this is not true by reposting this artist Doughboy saying it and questioning it and calling it out in that manner. So that's starting to spread around in the media right now because it was getting spread around that Future had got pressed in the airport and then stomped out as well. Now, in the documents, it actually says, for years, members and associates of the Big U enterprise extorted victims through actual and threatened force, violence, fear, and intimidation. When a victim refused to pay, defendant Henley reacted violently. Over Act number 36. In or around 2014, defendant Henley approached NDC, a Grammy-winning recording artist, in order to collect money for a Detroit associate. Over Act number 37. In or around 2014, after NDC refused to pay and ceased answering during Henley's phone calls, defendant Henley and his associates committed violence against NDC and NDC's associates in security for failing to show respect and pay money. Over Act number 38. In around 2014, a few days after defendant Henley and his associates stomped out NDC, defendant Henley and a co-conspirator chased NDC through the Los Angeles International Airport in an attempt to further intimidate and collect money from NDC. Now, when Wack 100 had told this story years ago, he never said that he got stomped out. He had said that they had chased him through the airport.
Me, Trick, and Big U was real close at the time, right? Hey, Future wrote some money. All right, Trick in Detroit. Me and Big U on a red-eye flight to Atlanta. We coming through LAX. We coming through the security, putting our bag through the thing. Who we see on the other side? Future and the girl that's with the football player. Sierra. We see Future and Sierra. I say, bro, is that who I think it is? He looked. I said, yeah. I said, you take them, I got here. When we come through the thing, I say, hey, homie, you got that money for Trick? He take off running. I'm chasing over the dead homies.
No.
So runs into a motherfucking terminal and he runs into the thing, but it ain't hooked up to no plane. He left it.
No, bro.
Wow. He runs into the terminal, true story. Runs into the terminal, right? When he run into the terminal, he take his phone out, right? He know he can only go so far, because what you gonna do? Jump onto the runway? That's a long drop down there, right? He throws the phone at me on speaker. All I hear is Stunner voice. He say, Wack, it's me, Stunner. Talk to me. I say, Stunner, I'm busy right now. He said, yeah, but I don't want you to be, nephew. What the going on? I say, oh, trick a bag, man. He can't be in our backyard and he throw a bag. Either he gonna pay or he finna get up and then he gonna pay, right? Trick at home sleep. He don't know what's going on. He in Detroit, right? He say, Wack, my word to you, I paid the debt. Let him be. I got business with that man. I said, what? He said, Wack, this Stunner talking to you. As your brother, leave him be. You got my word, whatever the debt is. He said, me, Trick, I pay him in the morning. On me. I'm giving you my word. I threw it back to fuck off. Trick got his wire. All I hear.
That was already being heavily questioned in itself because of the fact people think that'll make the news, the media, the blogs. Sierra was supposed to be there as well. It's kind of like something ain't maybe adding up about it. I can see them having a conversation or a semi-argument in the airport, but an actual thing where he's getting chased and ran and followed in the airport, I question that myself. But they claiming that he got stalked out at some point in this situation as well. Future is saying that is not true. I don't know what's what. I don't know who the co-conspirator is, but Wack 100 name is going to be tied to this because he's the first person who spoke up on this. So it's going to be pointed at him now. Well, hey, how you knew this was going on? That's what the internet is going to say. Can't say that he did this or didn't do that. But if they go to trial, it will eventually come all the way out. It just is what it is with that conversation right there. And we had never heard that situation before until you actually came out and said it. So the stomping out part, they said has happened prior. That part wouldn't have nothing to do with the situation with what went down with in the airport as far as him being there, because he didn't tell, Wack did not tell that story about him being stomped out. He never said that. They has actually said that happened a few days before. Future is saying that that is not true at all. But all of this stuff getting connected like it is right now, and then also the things with Big U going through right now with this right here.
And new at 4, the feds have brought new charges against a man known as Big U. He is accused of running a criminal enterprise in South L.A. while collecting millions of dollars in anti-gang money. Eugene Henley Jr. And prosecutors at this point say he tried to have a witness taken out.
Say Henley was trying to pay other inmates to go after and attack a key witness. This allegedly happened last month while Henley was awaiting trial on conspiracy, racketeering, and fraud charges. Superseding indictment unsealed today says on June 10th, last month, Henley offered to pay 2 inmates to kill or harm victim 1 in order to prevent that person from testifying.
It makes a crazy timeline and chain of events where they say that you tried to hire 2 people to take somebody out in your case already and everything like this. This is the federal government. If they said it, you would think that they got something to prove it. Sometimes they can, I don't know how they work. People be saying they always got the evidence. I do feel like they can jump the gun on stuff, or they can try to piece stuff together on the conspiracy, get you to plead guilty to it possibly. But obviously they got something on Big U. They said that people is ready to corroborate, people is ready to tell. I'm not shocked at that at all. We know how it go. If he doesn't plead guilty, everybody named who was involved in something will come out in this case. It's a lot of people names just getting thrown in the mix with this. But I ain't gonna say nobody did nothing and throw nothing on nobody until it come all the way factual, and then we'll come down here spill the real up on it. But Future say this is not true right here. He responded to it. I'm pretty sure he been getting tagged and clipped and added all night. He said, you know what, let me address this without addressing it pretty much. We'll see what happened. We'll see what's true or not. Tell me what y'all think. Got to stay out the way. Trust me, dog. It get real in the field, bro. If you living this type of life, we ain't going to convict nobody from here. Innocent until proven guilty. But living this type of lifestyle, extortion, alleged murders, running these type of enterprises, we always see how the story is. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pit.